NRW Peeps, it's your boy Glenn Lawrence, and I am joined by...
Cece the Geek. Marianne.
Marianne, as your king, I command you to say more.
King who says he's king is no king at all, sir.
That was a setup.
Bend the knee!
Such a setup. Just like Game of Thrones. Everything's like a setup there. She set me up for that one, and I fell for it.
Bend the knee.
Hook, line, and sinker. Now I gotta bend the knee. And then, beyond the wall, we have Patrick Michael Stray.
That is I!
That is
He's a Night's Watch.
That is
The
I!
Night's Watch. He's dressed all in black. You guys can't
The
see
fake
him,
fan.
but he is defending us from the whites.
This is true.
This is true.
This is
He
true.
does that all the time. But we are here. We're checking out Game of Thrones episode 1. Game of Thrones, after like a 2-year hiatus, is back, and I'm super excited for the return.
Yes.
Yes. Listen, this was great. Like, they could literally have just filmed piles of turds, and I would have been impressed.
Well, they didn't film piles of turds, so wait. Watch the trailer for the first episode right here, and then we're going to talk to you about it next.
I know Death. He's got many faces. I look forward to seeing this one.
Everything you did brought you where you are now. Where you belong. Home.
They're coming. Our enemy doesn't tire. Doesn't stop. Doesn't feel. I promise to fight for the living. I intend to keep that promise.
All right, so that was the trailer. As you can see, no piles of turds. What did you guys think of the first episode?
I thought it was good. It being so long since we watched it,
Right.
It's sort of like putting on your favorite pair of pants from last summer. You're like, oh yay, they still fit and they still comfy and they're still awesome.
Okay.
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 So it felt good. It felt good.
His pants feel good, yeah.
It did. The Game of Thrones pants are amazing.
They slid right on.
They did.
So comfortable.
They're comfy.
Yeah, okay.
And I, personal favorite thing for me is I always feel like, no matter what happens in that show, I'm always prepared for the BS that's going to come Monday morning at work because at the end of the day, I'm not those people.
Oh yeah.
But they started off. Game of Thrones' strongest point has always been the storytelling and the pacing of the show. So I think to some extent, because of all the rumors and everything that were going around, I would be lying if I said, that I wasn't expecting it to be a little longer, because there was rumors that they were going to have like longer episodes. So I thought we were going to start off on a longer episode
Right.
to make up for this 2-year nonsense that they put us through, but that wasn't the case.
No, actually, I think the episodes are supposed to get progressively longer. So this one, the first one is, this length. I think it checked in at like 56 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the next one, they get progressively longer, ending in the last episode, the 6th or 7th episode, I believe, being like an hour and a half or something crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I enjoyed it. I thought it was dope. CC, what do you think?
I thought it was like super dramatic. I was like, oh my god, this thing is juicier than 2 tons of Starburst. And I was like, what? We had all of our favorites come back. Cersei, first of all, can I just say Euron Greyjoy is the fuckboy that Cersei deserves. Let's just start there.
By the way, if you haven't figured it out right now, if you haven't watched or you're still catching up, stop now because this is dark and full of spoilers.
Sorry,
Yes.
full of spoilers. I'm
You know,
spoiling it all.
We were talking about it all, so turn away now. But yes, you are absolutely right. Listen, my thing about Euron, so I don't know, did you guys read the books at all?
I did.
Okay,
Yes.
so you remember that Euron is a much bigger problem than they've put him as in the series.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And he's the kind of guy that I'm like, I hate you, but I wish we'd seen him earlier in the series so that we could really get
An understanding
Get
of
an
how
under-
deep it goes and
Like,
how his character,
Yeah.
Because he just comes out of nowhere and then it's all of a sudden he's like, what? He's at the highest levels of government right now? Or
Yes.
highest levels of the King's Court? Or what? I don't know what they,
yeah.
Yes.
What I did appreciate, though, is the thing I like about Euron is, for the longest time, Cersei, has always been underestimated, and that was always her strong point because she's a patient woman.
Yes, she
You
is.
know, she will
Vindictively
wait.
patient.
You know,
Yes.
listen, I've always said this.
she wasn't waiting for that D though.
No.
She couldn't wait any longer. She was like,
Winter is here.
Winter's here. Come to be warm.
But the beauty of what she did, though, and this is what I appreciate about the show. To me, if women were going to fight a war, it's not going to be messy like, it's
Real calculated.
it's going to be very, very calculated, and that's what I've always liked about her part in the show. She's a despicable person, no question about it.
Super.
But when she gets busy,
No pun intended.
nobody is no witnesses.
Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking it's very cool to see the 3 queens and how they are playing because I feel like the 3 queens are probably the people in Game of Thrones who care the least about the White Walkers. They're all concerned with their
seriously.
power and everything. Like Dany's concerned with her power.
Yeah.
Sansa's concerned with her power.
Yeah.
And I feel like Sansa's like she's in a battle basically with Cersei. Like that's her main focus is I will not lose to Cersei. I will
Absolutely.
be better and one up her. And then Dany has always been like, well, I'm gonna be the queen of the 7 Kingdoms. When all the guys are like, hey ladies, there's zombies that gonna kill us all. And they're like, nah, but this tiara looks nice on me. So I want to be the queen. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wait, you know what I mean? And maybe Jon could get through. Maybe he got the magical, you know what I'm saying? The magic stroke. You know what I'm saying? Jon Snow come through with the, with his lordship stroke of whatever
Although
he would.
poor, Randall Tarley. I mean, not Randall
Oh,
Tarley.
yes.
Samuel Tarley. Well, poor Randall Tarley as well,
It's like,
He
here's
found
my
out
thing.
about his dad and his brothers.
Look, I thought that was funny because he comes in, he's like, oh, this is my best man, this is my dude, this is my man, 50 grand, my day one, Sam Tarley, be my new boo, be my new girl. He's like, oh shit, she's so nice, hey, what have you been up to? Oh, I just killed your dad and brother.
Fiery blade.
And John was like, well, I mean, sometimes you gotta just, regulate if people ain't listening, Sam. And Sam was like, but you don't do that, John. He's like, well,
They wouldn't bend the knee.
I don't know.
They ain't bending that knee.
But it was that was a funny interaction when he was just like, yeah, man, sometimes, you gotta, he's like, but you spare people. He's like, I mean, you right.
But I'm
You
not
right,
the
Sam.
king.
You right.
I'm not the king. Yes, you are. What?
He's like, you're the king. He's like, well, I didn't know that before, so, I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
So what about? Can we just get to Lord have mercy? What's the boy's name? Bran. Motherfucking Bran.
Oh, Bran. That's
What
my
you gonna
man.
do about Bran lurking ass?
Listen, he was like, But I think that's dope to have somebody there who could just see through all the bullshit.
No bullshit.
Like, I wish I had a friend like that who was just in the corner, just like, just gonna
Yo,
lie.
he was waiting. He was waiting on Jamie at the door, dog.
But everybody that he needed to see and talk to, he was just waiting for him.
He
like,
was
oh,
not
so
saying
you've arrived.
shit.
We got some things to talk about. Sam was like, I was about to go get like a hot dog from the vendor over here. He's like, no, we have important things to do, Sam. You have to tell John what's up.
Yeah, and I think he had the most dialogue with Sam than he may have with anybody else.
Yeah,
in that
like, it was-
episode.
yeah.
Like, no, you gotta
Yeah,
let
it's
him know
cool.
he's blinking his aunt.
One of my favorite parts, though, was seeing Arya for the first time and seeing how she was still kind of like that innocent little girl when she saw all the people that she's loved for so long.
Yeah.
Like, she saw her brother, she saw her sister. She sees everybody coming through. She even sees a hound, and she eats that. She like eats that emotion and just is like, nope. Like, I'm in front of people. I'm stoic. I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, like, when she sees them one-on-one, she lets it go. Like, you can see that
Yeah.
she basically is hiding her face. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like literally in front of all those people, which I thought was a very kind of cinematic thing to see. And I thought they did a really good job of showing that.
Yeah.
Well, I think the good thing, the interesting thing about Arya is that I think she might be the only woman who is also, sort of like the guys, like, guys. Right,
Yeah.
Right.
But she's also seeing it in its entirety because she still paces ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
So Jon Snow is a little short-sighted because suppose you beat the White Walkers, you've just ended this war.
Right.
Now you have another one, and that's where I think sort of the smartness of Sansa comes in because she
She's seeing
knows
it all.
Cersei.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that moment between her and Tyrion for a minute there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That point that he made that all the people that underestimated you are all dead now.
Yeah.
And that part where she says to him, "Hey, I used to think you were the smartest guy," because Tyrion, despite everything that's happened to him, he's still holding on to this naivete.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
They're
he's-
like, no, we're going to be able to have our family.
He wants to
and
believe,
kind of
he
all
wants to
come
believe
together,
that
and then at
Cersei
the end
is
it'll be
right.
good. Yeah.
So while I agree that like she's maybe because I think what we're seeing from a lot of the women is, with the exception of Dany, is she hasn't seen the White Walkers, so they're still a thing of fiction for her.
Mhm.
Because she still relates it to old Nan and those stories she heard, this, that, or the other. But in seeing the dragon, she's got a little inkling, but she's worried about, the assault from this side.
Oh wait,
Jon's
that's right.
worried about-
She wasn't at King's Landing
No,
to
she
see
was-
the
she
to see
wasn't-
the White Walkers.
She didn't see any of that. so-
Why didn't they drop the White Walker off at Sansa and be like, hey, real quick before we go, this is what we dealing with, just so you know, because we're not like fucking around, and then we're gonna take it back to King's Landing. Why would they bypass? Like, they gotta go past Winterfell already. Why didn't they just be like, hey, look at this real quick? All right, cool, we good? Now you see what we're dealing with. Go ahead and
Yeah,
Well, at that point, they had already given Jon Snow the mantle, so he didn't need to really prove anything to Cersei because he already kind of.
You mean Sansa?
I mean,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Sansa because he
yeah.
already supersedes Sansa.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean?
She don't like that
Where
either.
with Cersei, it's like we need that army. Like,
Yeah,
we need
that makes sense.
we need that Lannister clan.
Yeah,
but did
I
you?
get it.
But going back to Samuel's interaction with Daenerys, when he was talking to her, did you guys feel the air change all of a sudden on our girl?
A little bit.
And because for me there was something that happened there. I've read the Reddits and
Yeah.
all the other things, right? And there was always this theme that came up about, isn't Daddy technically the real bad guy in this?
She's
thing?
starting to become
Yeah,
and it
She's
was
starting to become
you're
that
right.
she hates.
Yeah.
in that moment there
Yeah.
was like I felt it. There was a moment where like, oh, she's not as pure as she once was, and her decisions have been sullied somewhat.
No pun intended.
Yeah, right. Have been sullied somewhat by
Her actions.
I was
That
just-
she's
sorry.
like
I
starting
got
to
lost.
become a slave to her own ego in
Yeah.
that sense, kind of like her dad was.
Yeah, and it's almost like the image, right, of the Mad King and his last moment saying "burn them all" is conjured up by the fact that she was like, "Nope, burn them. They're not listening. Burn them." And it's almost like that same that same mindset is there, and you can see it start to peak out. I don't know. I feel like this season might be going towards a point where Dany is at the end yelling, "Burn them all! Burn them all! Burn them all!" And just like, you know what I mean? Like as a full circle, like it's in that Targaryen blood. They get heated.
They do.
Yeah, and if it's not that, if anything, I just thought it was there's such a good moment, like a couple of seconds where she's looking at Samwell. She realizes he's a Tarly,
Right.
and it's almost like you could hear it in her head when Tyrion told her not to do it.
Yeah.
When he advised
Yes,
her,
he's
and
like,
he was
"You
like,
don't
"There's
have to
a
do
better
this."
way
Yeah.
to do this."
No bull.
And right there, here's this guy that's like, "Hey, I'm helping you," and you executed his family.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other thing that I really liked, because you know some characters like Sam, I don't think they always get the recognition that they deserve.
Absolutely.
What I really liked about him, about this scene, was yes, his father was horrible to him,
Right.
you know, but the thing that was always great about Sam is he was able to see past what people did, and so he understood his father's disappointment in him.
Yeah.
And was like, yeah, the guy wasn't good to me, but he was still my father, and I loved him.
Yeah.
But then his brother,
Yeah.
you know, who really,
But that's like the key sticking point where, yeah, as a leader, you do have to make sure that everybody follows your lead. So the dad, he wasn't following the lead, but she could have chose to spare the son, to
Yeah,
spare
that's
the brother, to spare the son, and that would have been, I think, is it coming? Okay. I thought the sneeze was about to come in.
Yeah,
I thought
sorry.
when the sneeze was coming and then it never did. But that's the point where she could have been a better ruler in saying, despite you wanting to stand with your father, I won't allow you. I'll
Right.
allow you to continue on your family name.
Right.
And, go on. But instead, she decided to go against the advice of her hand and burn them. Although, at that point, Tyrion had been making some pretty poor battlefield
Like
decisions.
choices.
Yeah, so it was just like, bruh, come on, man.
Well,
Your
and-
plans aren't turning out as advertised.
Fair enough.
but the thing about that is Dany had always sort of kept her own counsel. Like that's the thing that was sort of fascinating about how that whole thing happened, is because, we had Jorah, and sure, he was there to advise her, but at the end of the day, she never really let them in on what her plans were either. So she always had her own sort of moral
Agenda,
compass,
yeah.
about what she would and wouldn't do. And so in that moment, it seemed to me like she was so frustrated because she couldn't just take the throne, and because and what she did is she underestimated Cersei too.
Yeah,
She
did.
completely underestimated her, and when it didn't go her way, she had a little bitch fit basically and made a really bad decision.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out and how
Yeah.
bad the decision was. Now, speaking of plans, I'm very interested to figure out what is Arya's plan, because she's up to something. She
Yeah,
went to Gendry.
she got that
She
star
got the
chip on her
little
shoulder.
she got the chip on her shoulder, but she had the little weapon made, which we don't know
Yeah.
what that weapon's going to be
True.
or how it's going to work out.
True.
So I'm wondering, what do you guys think her plan is?
So remember when the dragons fly in, right?
Yes.
Remember how everybody else is terrified and panicking and everything?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you watch how she watched them? Like, she was almost the same as Cersei's priest crazy guy, in that she just stood there quietly observing them.
Yeah.
Because she knows about the Dragon King and and that dragon. So I think she was observing and looking for a weak point because she's an assassin.
True.
That's what she's looking for.
True.
She's never not observing.
That's very
Yeah,
true.
that is true.
She be
So
watching.
we don't know. Is she going to kill the dragons with it? Is she going to kill Cersei with it? Is she going to kill the mountain with it? Who knows what
That's
she's going to
true.
do with it? So, but it'll be very interesting. It was nice to see her also with the little flirt with Gendry, like, which I thought was cute. It was great. Yeah.
You don't know any other rich guys.
Right? So she gave
Can I just shout out Theon Greyjoy, yo? Because he
Yes.
has come so far from
Yes.
Reek. When I saw him, I was like, yes, you marking him, save your sister, dude. I was so proud of him.
It was like, how is he going to be able to redeem himself? Because he had gone so far to being weak and impotent and all that type of stuff, and now to see him kind of finally coming back and then still get punched and be like, like, I deserve that, and all right, let's go get this bag,
Right.
or or let's go fight for the country or whatever.
Facts.
their thing is. I thought that was really cool. Like, I love to see all the reunions, everybody getting back together, meeting up, seeing people that they were supposed to see, and then the big meeting at the end, or the sight at the end where Jamie sees Bran.
Oh, that's
like the two people who kind of almost started this whole thing.
Yeah.
If you think about
No,
it.
seriously.
You know, besides Littlefinger setting everything up, that's like the biggest catalyst for this entire season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, for this entire show. So it was very interesting to see what's going to happen because Jamie has changed for sure. And Bran has definitely changed to the point where he's not even Bran anymore. That's not even his name anymore. But Jamie doesn't know that.
Yeah.
What will that interaction be? Are you looking forward to episode 2 to see what that interaction is?
I really am. You know, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to Kingslayer seeing Brian again. You know, because in some way, I love a good redemption story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you said, I love the fact that Jamie is not absolved of what he's done, but I always viewed him as, even as an adult, he was a child because he was not exposed. He didn't understand how the world worked.
Yeah.
And now, like, after losing his arm, all these things that happened to him, and now he's starting to see, like, look what we've done. You know? Cersei can't see that. Like, she
doesn't care.
She's so caught up in her own.
Yeah.
But even in his negative action, Jamie has always been someone who's been able to see and have just a different moral pathway than other people.
Yes.
Like, even when he pushed Bran out the window, it's like the things I do for love. He's protecting his love, Cersei, and their children basically by keeping their. Like, he's protecting their family too, because if their affair comes out, then everybody will know that Joffrey is not the son of Baratheon, and then that whole sham goes to waste. So he's protecting the entire family. So if you think about it, it was the lesser of two evils to push him out of the window, and that was a thing he did for love. And so throughout, if you maintain that, he's kind of had a moral pathway that is, I guess, consistent.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's always had a string of good, even though it was minimal. If you go back to, like, the very, very beginning, right? When you look at why he's called Kingslayer, right?
No, seriously.
And when you really consider it, you know, here's a guy who said, look, this guy on the throne is killing people needlessly, indiscriminately. This can't go on, so he killed him. You know, he's like, look at him doing it, you know? And he did it, and then he got all the crap for it, even though he technically saved everybody.
Yeah,
you know?
Seriously.
And so, in order for him, you know, there had to be a sliver of something there.
Yeah.
You know? And in between his family and all the other stuff that happened, it just wasn't allowed to grow. It wasn't nourished. And so it was very easy for him to turn his back. And that was the beauty of the last season, when he finally sees his sister for what she is and realizes, you are awful.
And I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And so I you know, but it's Game of Thrones. So with that being said, I don't want to be too hopeful, because we know what happens when you start hoping.
No, seriously.
Well, we haven't had a shocking death in a while. I think everyone has been somewhat remained intact for the last few seasons, but now all bets are off. Like, next episode, your favorite could be gone.
No, seriously.
Who knows? Like, I was thinking, if they killed Daenerys in episode 1, everyone would flip, but that would be so Games of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know, to do it. They didn't do it. Maybe it'll happen in episode 2, 3. We don't know. But we do know shit's gonna go down.
Yeah. Especially with that omen from the Night King towards the end, you know. I've always had blue eyes.
Oh, shit, that was really... Oh, we forgot about that. Yeah, we forgot about the wildlings.
It's like the whole time they're
and
going through all that. It's like,
Walford.
they're coming.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, they're on the way. But it's funny, they send out signals or whatever. That's kind of cool. Like, if I had an army that big, like, why would you send out a signal? You know what I mean? It's just like, we about to just come take shit. But I guess they like to have fun too.
The leadership of the White Walkers, at least, they're all very methodical, and you can tell that they have intelligent life. You know what I mean? the people.
Just
who
because you don't
deserve
talk
it
don't
just-
make you intelligent. Some motherfuckers might be stupid.
Smart, dude.
I mean,
Smart.
they are smart because of like what they're doing, but it's just like you think someone who doesn't talk is like more intelligent than they are sometimes.
So,
Fair enough.
but before we go, I just want to talk about really quick, graphics wise.
Yes.
Okay.
How about that dragon ride?
Yes.
Oh
That
my
was
god, that
awesome.
was pretty dope.
Yes.
Like,
I didn't see it. I saw there was like a Aladdin cut to in the middle of Game of Thrones that I thought was cool, like where Jon Snow and Daenerys became Aladdin and Princess Jasmine. So come with me, right? I can show you the world, John.
the part that I couldn't stop laughing at is when they're about to go into the cave, and then the Drogo was like, "That's my mom, bro. That's my uncle." Now, hey,
What you about to do to Mama?
stop touching your auntie. Like the dragons
Yeah.
gave him the side eye.
Yeah, but then no, because Viserys or not Viserys,
Drogo.
No, the other one.
Yeah, Drogo.
No, there's three.
Well,
There was Viserion,
yeah,
Drogo, and
Rhaegar.
Yeah, like it was named after Rhaegar, I think,
Yeah.
but I forget what his name is. He was kind of like, "No, go ahead. I'm your dragon, so go ahead and do what you want."
Right.
But yeah, Drogon was like,
I don't know about all that.
I don't know. Maybe I have to rewatch again. Maybe I didn't catch the dragon side eye right.
I appreciated those little funny quirks that
I thought it was-
they put in there, because I don't think we've seen per se a lot of personality from the dragons. So,
Right. Yeah.
so it's
So it's
kind
good to
of
see that.
Yeah.
Because there'll be more connection when something happens to him, and you'll feel for it.
Exactly.
Because we didn't really get that before. My favorite thing, though, I called it out when I was watching it. First meme from Game of Thrones will probably be Tyrion saying, "Because I got balls and you don't." That's what I thought. That's what I thought was dope. But anyways, all right. So what do we give this episode? This episode was pretty cool. I thought it was. Are we going to do the same rating that we usually do, or are we just going to
I think we
cap
have to
it?
go on a numbering scale,
Okay,
because I would say 1 through 10. I'd give it a solid 8.
I give it a solid 8 too.
I'd say about the same.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people didn't like the episode, but I thought it did exactly what it needed to do. It reintroduced the characters, set them up, and gave them all something interesting
Right.
to play off, and you kind of know where they're going, and you know where they came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm
And Cersei's always so shocked when people bring up Jamie. It's like, bitch, everybody know y'all was, everybody know y'all was smashing at this point.
Yeah,
So
but,
I just had to throw that out there.
but you know, she took her claim back, like, "You're the most arrogant, and I like it. But I've had my fun. Now go away."
Right.
It's like, all
We
right,
ain't cuddling.
all right, you ain't big timing, girl. I just gave you the big ocean.
But that part, okay, the kind of creepy part though is where he's like, "I'm gonna put a prince in there," and I'm like, kind of think you're too late, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think she smiled because she's like, "Oh shit, I got somebody to be the baby daddy." You sucker. Women be thinking like that. Like when you start talking like that, fellas, that's how they be thinking. They be like, "Oh, this sucker. Yep, you did. You definitely put that baby in there. Now you got this child support for 18." That's what Cersei was thinking. She's just like, "Oh yeah, I got the child support already set up. Don't even have to worry about
And
it."
she was so hung up on them elephants, dog.
What?
She had a plan for those elephants. I don't know what it was, but she was like, "I
To
really
get
wanted
set
them
on
elephants."
fire by dragons.
Yeah,
that's
right?
the plan.
No, but I think she thought the elephants would somehow fight the dragons or something. Or
I don't know.
She had, there's something going in there. There's a reason why she wanted the elephants, and I think that's going to come out. I think that's going to be a key point.
I think she wanted to poison them so that the dragons would eat them.
Oh, okay.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to
I
it.
ain't fucking with her. She's got these diabolical plans in her. I would never even thought of that.
Right, you know, do not piss off
Well,
Marianne.
That makes so much sense.
Because remember-
so much sense.
in the episode when the Dothraki come back and
Yeah.
they're talking to Daenerys, they're like, the dragons aren't eating.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So it's just like the dragons are in a cold place. They've been in a warm place this entire time. They're
Yeah.
not eating. And I'm like, oh, you know what looks tasty? An elephant. A poisoned elephant
You know
looks
what?
tasty.
You know what it also might be is that she Cersei poisoned some of the other livestock, right? And then the dragons are feeling sick, but it wasn't enough poison to kill the dragons. So that might be what, and that's why she's like, "Oh, we need an elephant." So like for more poison. Ooh. Remind me to never eat at your crib because if I ever piss you off, I don't want you feeding me more steak.
I got a whole half
Mr.
strap
Strange,
for
I
you.
don't feel so good.
I Patrick, I don't feel so good. Anyways, all right, well, this has been a super long.
Oh, hold
review.
up before we go.
From beyond the wall, we have a message.
Is there any
There's a
predictions
dove.
that you have for the next episode? Does anybody have a prediction for the next episode that they want to see? And then in reverse of that, do you have any prediction that you think we're going to get, but you don't want it to happen? Anyone?
I think we're good. Oh, go ahead.
It's too early to tell right
Too
now.
early to tell?
It's even with the previews and everything, because obviously winter is here. It's just too early to tell. They really gave us nothing to go on. The only thing I think is
We did have some chess moves over this first episode.
yeah, we
so
had some huge chess moves. I think that there's going to be some in-squabbling between
Yes.
the lords at Winterfell because
Yes.
of how things are boiling down.
Right.
You know, so there might be a problem there.
okay.
I think we're going to see our first death in the next episode. Our first major death.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Who do you predict? Prediction. Let's predict now before the episode happens, and then we'll recant after our next review. Who do you think's going to die then, Glenn? You put yourself out there, man.
I think Tyrion may die.
Oh, that's a big one.
I think Tyrion may die in the next episode.
I haven't been watching, but I think now that he found out, well, Sam will, and again, I'm the non-fan, but I'll be on the
Right.
wall. Now that he's Sam and John talked, now Sam will probably bite it.
Yeah, that would be a good
Yeah.
guess too.
Yeah.
That is a good.
Actually,
Because
I might
he
take that
now
back.
found out that they died. He told
Seriously,
John.
yeah.
Now he's kind of useless. I think
Yeah.
as a character.
I don't think it's Samuel, because Samuel still has those books that he stole from the.
But that's why he's useless, because he has the books, and he told them that he had the books.
Yeah, but he's still.
So if that information is there, he's not needed to disperse it.
Not true, because that symbol that they keep saying, he's probably going to be the one to figure out what that is. You know, the other side of that too is, keep in mind that there's a prediction that Dany's going to get betrayed twice. You know, so a really good setup would be for Samwell because of what she did to his family. We've never seen him motivated to revenge except for now. You know, he has a reason now.
Yeah, that's
he has
true.
a motive.
I was thinking the same
killed his
thing
brother.
about Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm thinking that the first death, my pick, I'm going to be sorry to see him go, but we just haven't really seen him do much, is Davos. The Onion Knight.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's not really necessary. We don't need no smugglers.
Yeah.
Get out of here, son. With your four fingers. No disrespect to four finger people out there. Or missing finger, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about.
So,
anyways, those
Any
are
other
the-
predictions or anything, or hopes for the next
got?
episode before we sign off?
I'm afraid for Theon a little bit, because he's kind of going into uncharted territory.
That's true.
And also Jamie too, because he's kind of just went into the lion.
The only reason why I think Jamie won't, because I feel like he is going to end up becoming a king and a queen slayer. He's going to kill one of the queens. I don't know which one, but it would stand to reason that I think he'll become a king and a queen slayer.
So, you and I need to have a sidebar, because I don't want to ruin anything,
Yeah.
because we read the book. So I think you and I might be stepping
True.
on the same theory here
Yeah.
on what's about to happen. It's just too, I think Davos is a marked man. I agree. Theon could be a marked man because, from what I understand, he's in a ship sailing somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? So if the dead are here and Theon's going here, that's not.
He's
gonna
going
be
to
right.
Winterfell.
Yeah.
So he probably will be the one who is met up and eaten. But who was the other one that I was thinking? Oh, Varys might be the one, because he's supposed to die they're going to die in that land. That's what Melisandre said.
Yeah, but I think she's supposed to be there when it happens.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think both of their deaths are somehow intertwined. They're linked somehow.
So I'm going to take it back. My first death, I think, is going to be Varys, and I think it's going to happen next episode. You said Theon, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with the Onion Knight /
And you're going with the
Theon.
Onion Knight. There you go. So there's our predictions for the next deaths.
From the non-fan.
Oh, yeah, what's
here,
going on from Beyond the Wall?
I think the guy that had sex with the 3 chicks, because again, this is my first episode watching Game of
Podrick?
Thrones. whoever his name.
Oh no, Braun.
He got 3 chicks at the same time. Like, yo, you live your life
And
now,
still
bro.
didn't enjoy
Watch
it
it.
though.
That
They
is
kept
true.
talking about.
Okay, that part was hilarious.
You gotta focus, Braun.
He's like, I gotta go.
The character's name is Braun.
Yeah, that's his name.
Sorry, ladies.
Like who
Next time.
packs it up like that? I'll be like, hold on, let me get this out real quick, and then we can.
Oh yeah, and then because the dude came in.
Yeah.
Because he was about to get it down.
Yeah, he's like, no, we gotta go. I'm
They,
like,
they be going wilding on here.
there's our dad coming. Let me get a little life in her first.
Really, really quick, while we're talking about Braun, because I do think he's the one guy in this whole thing who's been honest from jump. Like, he's about that money. I will kill you for the right amount of money.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
I
care.
loved it when he was like, this fucking family, man. Like, you guys are fucking disgusting. Like, but I'll take your bow and I will do your deed. Yeah.
When even the mercenary is like, what is wrong with you?
What is wrong with y'all? That was an awesome
Right,
part.
yeah.
He's like, I take that check though.
All right, so what do you guys think? We should wrap it up now. I think we've given
Yeah.
the people all that they want to hear about it. If you guys want to comment on this, go ahead and put it below. I am Glenn Lawrence. You can find me at Level Up Comedy.
CC the Geek on all the platforms.
I'm just Marianne. I'm just usually behind the camera, except for now.
Hey, but we like her.
I
in
know,
front of
I
the
like
camera.
her
She's
here,
awesome.
man.
And we'll be doing this more often.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to be doing this more often. And of course, behind the camera is the Capitan, Patrick Michael Strange, Temple Far East,
That
New
likes
Release
watch
Wednesday,
himself.
all that good stuff. He's over there sending out ravens.
Put your death predictions below so we can compare notes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you guys for watching. This is NRW.
And winter is here.
Winter is here. Oh wait, did you guys see Kristen Bell and Dak? Did you see Dak and Kristen Bell?
No.
Where they did like the whole opening scene with the musical thing. They basically did what we were doing. They were like with the violin. And they were acting out. It's hilarious. We'll watch it after this.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
See you
bye.
guys.
Bye.
On camera, everybody looks great. Actually,
Do I have to say it?
Yes.
Will it make it? Okay.
A la Joffrey. A la Joffrey.
No, I don't want to be that. No.
Just do it.
You're the king of
Okay.
the seven kingdoms.
one rolling sound, speed, action.